Welcome to another history, everybody. For those of you that don't know, this is a series where I take a dive into certain real-life aspects of various characters, such as how and who characters are created by, as well as looking into the character's world to get an idea of who they are and what they can do. This time around, we have one of my favorite characters to take a deep look into. A boy who's only chosen because other options were unavailable at the time, saved the universe like 3 times at this point, and did it all while only being 14 to 15 years old throughout the entire series so far. Welcome to the history of Sora. How he was created. Sora was created by Tetsuya Nomura for Kingdom Hearts in 2002. Originally Square, now Square Enix, wanted the main protagonist of the series to be Mickey, while Disney wanted Donald to be the main character. This quarrel ended by Nomura, who wanted to be a human character instead. One of his first designs had Sora as a lion-slash-human hybrid that wielded a weapon resembling a chainsaw with a keychain that Disney didn't like, which caused Nomura to redesign it into a keyblade. More grievances about the design came from the staff, who believed he was too similar to Final Fantasy IX's Zidane. He talked this over with Disney, and Nomura was able to finalize the design within a night, into the Sora we all know and love. Also, Sora's name means sky in English, and this fact is actually important to the plot. As you'll see with most things in the Kingdom Hearts franchise, everything means something. Sora's look. I know Sora has a whole bunch of different outfits, but I'm going to be talking about his main ones in the numbered titles and DDD. His first is probably the most iconic, being famously based on Mickey Mouse through the gloves, red shorts, and gigantic yellow shoes. While the first is iconic for the character, his second outfit is most certainly the fan favorite. It's definitely mine, and while still being slightly ridiculous, it just looks cool. Dream Drop Distance more or less fused his previous outfit together, and his latest appearance in 3 drops a lot of the belts from his second design. Fun fact, Nomura almost didn't design a new outfit for 3 due to the overwhelming popularity of his second design. Personality. Sora is as much of a pure caricature of the Golden Boy trope you can get. He fights with all of his bravery for what he believes in, risking his own life for others, sometimes on whims alone, being extremely loyal to the friends he makes along the way, which is most people he meets. He has an incredible capacity for forgiveness, such as when he shows concern for Maleficent when she was being attacked in Radiant Garden, or Neku when Sora learned that he was going to give him to young Xehanort. There have only been a couple times when Sora was legitimately angry, with most of it being directed at Xehanort, but sometimes Donald and Sora just don't agree with each other. Sora pretty much thrives on never giving up. Even when he was a Heartless, he still retained some sense of self that led him back to Kairi. He only gave up once after seeing his friends get defeated right in front of him. Even then, he was still able to save them all. Abilities. Sora's Kingdom Key Keyblade gives him a lot of options at his disposal, as well as being able to just whack the hell out of enemies with essentially a giant and heavy piece of metal. It grants Sora the use of magic spells: Fire, Blizzard, Thunder, Cure, Arrow, Gravity, Stop, Magnet, Reflect, and Water. He can also gain the use of the stronger versions with training. As of Kingdom Hearts 3, Sora is able to form change his various Keyblades into a variety of things, such as a hammer or dual guns. The main use of the Keyblade is its ability to seal or open the barrier between worlds, as well as to lock the Heart's worlds so Heartless can't consume it. Technically, it also has the power to open any lock. He can also wield 2 Keyblades, Nomura stating he can also do it in his base form, he just doesn't use it. Sora is also able to utilize gems and charms in order to summon his friends to help him in battle. In Kingdom Hearts 2, Sora had the ability to use drag forms through his clothes given him by Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather. One last ability that Sora can make use of is the Anti-form in Kingdom Hearts 2 and the Rage form in Kingdom Hearts 3 that was born from the darkness in Sora's heart, presumably from when he turned into a Heartless. Games he's been in. His main playable entries have been in Kingdom Hearts for PS2 in 2002, Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories for Game Boy Advance in 2004, Kingdom Hearts 2 for PS2 in 2005, Kingdom Hearts Coded for mobile and Nintendo DS in 2008, Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days in 2009 as an unlockable, Kingdom Hearts 3D Dream Drop Distance for 3DS in 2012, Kingdom Hearts 3 for PS4 and Xbox One in 2019, and Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory for Switch, PS4, and Xbox One in 2020. Other games he appeared in are World of Final Fantasy, Disney Emoji Blitz, Disney Tsum Tsum, Smash Bros. Ultimate, and Kingdom Hearts Key and Union Cross. Voice actors. Sora has had 2 Japanese voice actors and 2 English voice actors throughout the series. On the Japanese side, we have Miyu Irino, who has also voiced Haku in Spirited Away, Nue in Air Gear, and 8 in Final Fantasy Type O. His final Japanese VA, Takudo Yoshinaga, voiced young Sora in Birth by Sleep, with other roles he's done being classic Tails in Sonic Generations, Kenji in Psychic School Wars, and Koji in Welcome to the Space Show. On the English side, he is voiced by child actor Haley Joel Osment, with some other characters he's been are Thaddeus in Hey Arnold, Takeshi in IGPX, Immortal Grand Prix, and Micah in Buzz Lightyear of Star Command. Similarly to the Japanese VA, Luke Manriquez voiced young Sora for the English side of Birth by Sleep. Extra info. One main concept that Nomura wanted to show through Sora's character is that he is a normal boy and not a supernatural being. This was shown when we eventually learned that Sora wasn't chosen by the Keyblade, and he only got it due to Riku letting the darkness into his heart. This was furthered as Nomura wanted to convey that even though some may not be important people, they still have the potential to do great things. One of the wilder bits that Nomura felt he needed to explain was Sora needing to level up again in Kingdom Hearts 2, creating the story of Chain of Memories to explain why this was necessary, with implications that this is mildly the same reason for Dream Drop Distance, as one of the main goals of Kingdom Hearts 3 is Sora regaining his lost power from the previous entry. For some that are just being introduced to Sora and see that there are dozens of different types of Keyblade, there's also a canon explanation for this that basically boils down to the keychain at the end of the Keyblade. Putting on a different keychain will change the appearance, but sometimes the wielders can manifest a change, like when Riku's Keyblade evolves, or when Roxas changes 2 Kingdom Keys into Oblivion and Oathkeeper, though this personal change has not been explained. Also, for anyone interested in more KH stuff, definitely read the manga. I don't believe any of it is canon to the video games, but nevertheless, they're absolutely fantastic, giving some extra characterization to characters like Demyx and Yen Sid, who gives Sora a nice Mickey Mouse cozy for his Keyblade. As of now, I don't think Sora will really see any big changes to who he is as a person, but crazier things have definitely happened under Nomura's writing, so don't hold me to this. I mean, Sora himself is a massive beacon for hope in the series, and just seeing him give up once was pretty heart-wrenching. So while I may not like all the games, I'm definitely still interested to see what shenanigans Nomura has in store for Sora in the future. Hope you enjoyed, and see you next video.